Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, August 26th. Welcome to another episode of Together San Diego. I'm your host, Luis Cruz, Community Relations Director for the San Diego Union-Tribune. This week, we are recognizing businesses and organizations that have shown exemplary leadership in helping their employees and the community during this pandemic. And joining me this afternoon is Pamela Gray Payton, Chief Impact and Partnerships Officer and Vice President of Community Impact for the San Diego Foundation. Pamela, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Louise. Good afternoon. Good to see you too.
And congratulations to the San Diego Foundation for being recognized as a community hero in our special Best of section, which was published on Sunday. And also, you were also had a nice little ad in our A section there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations to everything that, this is well-deserved. Talk about how the San Diego Foundation has really jumped into action since this health crisis began.
Well, thank you for the recognition. The Union-Tribune recognized many local organizations who have played a critical role in responding to the crisis recently. The San Diego Foundation launched a COVID response fund back in March, on March the 16th. And very, very quickly, San Diegans, private citizens, businesses were able to contribute to the fund to provide critical support to families and individuals in need. And it has been a remarkable couple of months for all of us in so many ways. But to have the opportunity as an organization to respond to the needs within our community is very much who we are as an organization. And it was a remarkable effort on the part of everyone, but we're just very grateful to the many donors and sponsors who made it possible for us to provide support to so many nonprofit organizations who are on the front lines working with our community.
Yeah, the San Diego Foundation has been around for 45 years. So you were really equipped to help. Give us a little bit of background on the San Diego Foundation and your mission.
Well, the San Diego Foundation, as you said, has been around 45 years. And what we do is bring in resources through donors, philanthropists, people who are very passionate about helping other organizations. And we are able to use those resources to support needs as we see them across the region. And it has been amazing over the last couple of years, just seeing how the community has really come to rely on us for our expertise and for our commitment to the community. And COVID-19 and the response to COVID-19 has just been a really great example of what it is that we as a community foundation are able to do with support.
And Pamela, how much would you say you've been able to award, and how many organizations have you been able to help out since COVID-19?
Yeah, the graphic you had up a moment ago said 52.9 million, and we are just slightly above that at this point. With that 52, almost $53 million, we've been able to support about 190 different nonprofits in the region. And those nonprofits are from the far east county of San Diego to the north, the South Bay, as well as organizations in central San Diego. So we're really proud that through this initiative, we have been able to support a very large range of organizations that are addressing everything from digital divide needs within schools. A lot of resources have gone to support organizations who are providing food support, food assistance, and some of that has gone to organizations early on who needed medical supplies in order to meet the needs in their area based on their work. And so it's been a broad range that we have seen in terms of needs. And we're starting, I think we all thought that by late August, those needs would start to diminish. But what we are seeing is that the needs are as great today, perhaps in some areas, if not greater, particularly as it relates to children. And that is why we as an organization are starting to pivot our focus to really focus and support students who are learning virtually. Not every child has the access at home. Many kids do not have computers. There are a number of kids who lack access to the internet at home. And so our next round of COVID response funding is really going to focus on addressing some of those needs that our kids have.
And I know you're really interested in education, and I do want to talk about the educational efforts from the all the way from preschool all the way to college. So I do want to talk about that. I also want to show a little clip, a video here of what the San Diego Foundation does and how you help just a wide range and you work with a wide range of organizations to help the little ones. So after that, we'll come back and then we'll talk about this new initiative that you've just launched for the Child Care Provider Grant Program.
Great, thank you.
The first 5 years of a child's life are critical to their overall development because they will help shape their success not only in school but also in life. We've learned over the years that a child's brain will be developed by 90% at age 5.
When children have access to quality early childhood education, it impacts their cognitive, physical, social, and emotional development. And really their entire future depends on that foundation that is built in those early years.
Understanding the importance of being able to access early childhood education is really something we all agree to. But being able to afford that access, being able to gain that access, and being able to experience a high quality program puts a lot of families in a place to make a difficult decision on where they have to prioritize. Do I prioritize my housing, my employment, or do I prioritize having my child go to an early childhood program and paying thousands of dollars a month?
The children who have that early literacy and numeracy, that early social development that infant care and preschool offer, do far better in school. They tend to really be set up for high achievement as they go through their education and into the workforce. And their parents are not drained away as talent from the workforce. So for the economy, it's a double win.
I think it could be a second chance for a family. 4 years ago, coming to a place as being overwhelmed, feeling like I wasn't in control of my son's future, his education. I wasn't in control of my own employment and where I'm going to go to work. That's complete night and day now. I feel empowered. I know where I'm going, and I plug away at it every day. So I'm really thankful for these programs.
All right. Well, we are chatting with Pamela Gray Payton, Chief Impact and Partnerships Officer and Vice President of Community Impact for the San Diego Foundation. And Pamela, this week you launched a Child Care Provider Grant Program and application. Tell us about that.
Happy to do that. The Child Care Provider Program has been funded with a $25 million grant from the San Diego or the County of San Diego. They are CARES Act funds. And the purpose of those funds is to help providers who are either not working currently because they are struggling to meet the demands that COVID-19 has placed on their industry, or they are trying to ramp up to full speed and need some support doing so. So $25 million has been set aside by the County of San Diego to go into the program. We opened on Monday the application process. Applications are submitted virtually via the San Diego Foundation website, or they can apply using a paper application. The grants will range in size depending on the type of facility or the type of child care center you have. But if you, for example, have a facility that serves up to 14 kids, you are eligible to apply for as much as $3,500 in the form of a grant. The intent of those grants, as I said, is really just to get child care providers back in operation. Everything from addressing mortgages or rent on their facilities to providing purchasing supplies that might be needed to move more of their operation outdoors. Staffing, again, is probably a very important need for many of these organizations or many of these centers. And so all of those things can be used or can be paid for through this grant.
You also have a campaign to tackle the systemic inequities in education. Explain that as well.
So simultaneously to the Child Care Provider Grant, which is really first and our number one priority right now, is to get as many providers to apply for the grant as possible. I just want to point out that the deadline to apply is Friday, September the 4th. So it's extremely important that providers get their applications in very soon. We have already received over 2,700 applications, and we opened this application on Monday of this week. So just a few days ago, we've received 2,700 applications from providers. But in addition to that program, we, as an organization, have launched, as I mentioned briefly earlier, the second phase of our COVID response fund. And that fund is going to give resources to organizations who are working directly with students, whether it be through programs to address learning loss. You know, a lot of kids are out of school right now, and for some students, not having family members at home who can assist them with their homework is really essential, and so, or really a barrier. And so we want to encourage organizations who might want to create learning labs for students in some of those communities to be a safe place where kids can go get their homework done, get support with their homework, and receive the kind of support and access that they might not have at home. And that they're not competing priorities. We really support children from very, very young ages through our preschool and early childhood initiative program, which is what was highlighted in the video you shared a few moments ago. The Child Care Provider Grant, we are, as an organization, contributing $10 million to this initiative. So yes, we received 25 through partners, which include the YMCA and Child Development Associates. Those funds are going to be distributed to as many as 4,400 or so providers across the region. But as an organization, the San Diego Foundation has also contributed another $10 million to the initiative that we will be investing in early childhood education over the course of the next 5 years. And so there is a lot of investment in early childhood learning, early childhood educational opportunities, and all the way through the work that we are doing with kids who are already in school. And then I think you mentioned earlier as well, our college scholarships program. So we really are an organization that believes deeply in the value of education and do everything that we can to support the continuum from the very youngest child all the way to the college student.
Well, and thanks to Teresa Nakata here. We have the address, the website address. If people want more information, they can go to San Diego SDFoundation.org/Child Provider Grant Program. So thank you for that, Teresa. We were talking prior to going live, Pamela, about education and scholarships. I actually wasn't aware that you also provided scholarships for students.
We do. We are the largest non-university scholarship provider in the region. And just this last year, in June of this year, $3.3 million were given to students who are continuing their education in universities, whether they be four-year universities or community colleges. We have just recently dedicated $3.3 million to that effort.
That's amazing. Talk about some of the other critical needs that you're focusing on.
Continuing to ask us for help with food assistance. And so through partnerships with organizations like Feeding San Diego, we are able to distribute money to those organizations to provide the needs, for the needs of the region. We just approved a grant a few days ago to USO San Diego. Another $100,000 will be going out to them to support our military families. And they have food distribution centers around the region. That $100,000 will go a long way to help them meet some of those needs. Another grant has gone out, as I said, to Feeding San Diego, and in this case, it was East County operations. So getting support to families living in Bonsall and helping some of the needs on our reservations and some of our remote areas of the county. We just see this as an ongoing need. As I mentioned earlier, we thought by late August that we would be able to move as a region, as a country, frankly, into more of a recovery phase. and yet we're still very much in the midst of the impact of the pandemic, and are doing what we can to support those organizations who are on the front line, but also just working on the things that we do well. And education and support for education is one of those things that we have a many-year history on supporting, and that is where we are trying to focus our efforts in this next few months.
And I know that people can find more information on all your efforts at sdfoundation.org /COVID-19. How can so I guess how can people who need help or organizations that need help, what do they need to do or need to know?
So we do not grant money directly to individuals. We grant to nonprofit organizations. And so it is through the nonprofit community, 190 nonprofits in the last few months, that we have been able to support the community's needs. And so individuals who are in need of help will want to reach out to those nonprofits that can best serve them. And the nonprofits submit applications to the San Diego Foundation, and through a wonderful process, a granting process, we are able to engage with community members who serve on our grant committee, our granting council, as well as our executive council, to review the requests that we receive and to help us fairly equitably distribute as much as we can, as quickly as we can, of the money that has come in for the purposes of COVID relief. The foundation has been able to distribute all of that money directly to individuals and, to organizations that are serving individuals. And so anyone who is in need right now, I urge them to reach out to the nonprofits who are most suited and best suited to take care of them. And then those nonprofits will reach out to the San Diego Foundation and request funds through our application portal.
All right. And how can people help you, help others?
You know, we are always excited to talk to donors, both those who already have accounts or funds with the San Diego Foundation, as well as those who just want to help. And so using that same website, there is a very visible link on the website inviting people who want to make contributions to click on the link and make a contribution to the COVID-19 fund. My mother just did it recently. She said, I want to help. And so I gave her the website, and she went on and said, boy, that was easy to make a difference and to really help our community when it is in need. You know, this is an unprecedented moment that we are all experiencing right now, and it is only going to be supported, frankly, if all of us come together. So we are truly better together, and we invite everyone to join in and be a part of helping our community if they are able. And if they are someone who is in need, please reach out to those nonprofits who are serving the community. And we are doing our best to partner with as many of them as we can to make sure that the resources we have are getting into the hands of those organizations that are helping people right now with their greatest needs.
That's great. And is there anything else you'd like to add, Pamela?
I just want to quickly pivot back to the child care provider program. We want to make sure that everyone knows this program exists. The applications are open now, and it's a very easy application to complete. I urge providers to go onto the website. We have 8 different languages the application has been translated into. So if you are able to if you speak a foreign language, please, by all means, take a look at the application. And there are organizations out there who are also providing the support to help individuals complete the application in a language that is most comfortable for them. But just want to make sure that everyone knows that it's out there. If you are not a provider, but you know a provider, please pass along this information to them. Providers are what makes this economy work. We all need to know that we have safe places to take our children so that we can focus on our work. And, by all means, they're essential workers. So we want to make sure they get as much of the support as possible, and just ask that everyone either pass along the information, pass along the website, but just do everything that you can to help us spread the word. We don't want anyone in need in that industry to not be supported with this opportunity. It's a great opportunity.
Well, thank you for everything that you're doing. I think it's great. In addition to being recognized as a community hero, the San Diego Union-Tribune is donating $1,000 to the charity of your choice. So hopefully that will help a deserving organization. Congratulations once again to the San Diego Foundation. I'm glad to see that you're getting some well-deserved recognition as well. And for those of you, of course. And for those of you watching, if you want to find out who San Diego's bests are and you weren't able to pick up the actual physical copy, you can go online and check it out for yourself to find out who San Diego's bests are, as voted on by the San Diego Union-Tribune readers, and also to read more about our community heroes. Log on to sandiego.uniontribune.com/best of. Pamela Gray Payton, thank you for joining me today. And once again, it's been a pleasure. Congratulations.
Thank you. And thank you to the San Diego Union-Tribune as well for the recognition and all the great work you're doing.
Thank you. And thank you at home for watching. We'll have another community hero again tomorrow. Hope you'll join us again then. Have a great day, everybody. The 4th Annual San Diego Festival of Books, the county's largest celebration of the written word, is going virtual. The online event will run from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on August 29th. Like past festivals, you can expect Q&As and panels with award-winning authors from across the country, such as Walter Mosley, Robert Craze, and Shilpi Samaya Gowda.
I'm Robert Craze, author of A Dangerous Man and 21 other novels. I'm looking forward to speaking with you about Joe Pike, Elvis Cole, and all their other cases at the San Diego Festival of Books on August 29th. Hope to see you there.
I'm Jean Guerrero, author of Hate Monger, my latest book to be released in August. Join me as I unveil the man driving some of the most divisive confrontations over what it means to be American and what America will become. See you on August 29th.
Hello, my name is Matt De La Peña, and I'm an author of books for young people, and I can't wait to be a part of the San Diego Festival of Books. I'm going to share with all of you a picture book, but it's a book that I share with not only elementary school kids, but junior high kids, high school kids, college, and even adults. The book is called Love, and this is the message I want to put out into the world, especially now. So I hope you all will join me at the San Diego Festival of Books.
And for families, there will be a virtual children's stage with readings and activities.
Hi, my name is Sharon Langley, and I'm so excited to share my new book with you, A Ride to Remember. A Ride to Remember, a civil rights story, tells the story of how my community came together to make an important change. I hope you'll check it out and see me at the San Diego Festival of Books. I'm looking forward to it.
New for this year, count on poetry readings, a cooking demo with a Food Network star, art and writing workshops, and an entertainment hour with local musicians.
Hello friends, it's Raquel from Infinite Succulents. Come get your hands dirty with me as we learn all about caring for succulents and creating living art from them as well. You can learn all about it in my book, Infinite Succulent Miniature Living Art to Keep or Share. I hope you can join us for Festival of Books.
For more information on how to attend and how to sign up for our newsletter, visit sdfestivalofbooks.com. We look forward to spending the day with